Well, we thank you for joining us today. My name is Beth Morse. I'm the Director of Admissions at South Shore Christian Academy. And for the next 7 minutes or so, we'd like you to join us as I interview um, one of our staff members, and his name is Dimitri Cambarides. And I'm going to have him tell you he's got a few different roles here, and I'll have him introduce himself. So go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Dimitri Cambarides. I'm the Director of Student Services and College Guidance here at South Shore Christian Academy. This is wrapping up my first year here as a professional, but I actually did go to school here as well. I started second grade and I graduated as a senior here at SSCA. So I've definitely spent a lot of time here, and I'm really happy to be back here in a professional role. And I'm definitely looking forward to and really excited for my second year next year.
Well, we've been so happy to have you join the staff here in all those roles, and also jumping into some of the other areas as one of the soccer coaches this fall. And I thought that was really a great way for you to get to know some of those kids, especially in the middle school, that you would soon be having to interact with in the college guidance department. And that was
Yeah.
fabulous. So that was great. So tell us just briefly, what stands out to you as something that you enjoy about this SSCA community? You see it from a different place, I think,
Mm.
maybe than some of the other directors, because you get a chance to interact with the whole gamut of the grades. So what is it
Sure.
that stands out to you about our community?
Sure. Well, you mentioned it there. I love being able to be the soccer coach for the JV team. I played soccer here, so it's a really important part of my life. Um, but I think there's just so many different ways to get involved at SSCA. You have your role, your main role, and your main title, but you always are doing something else, and you're always interacting with students in different ways. I think for me, I love the chance to work with and interact with students from pre-K all the way
Mm,
up to 12th grade. Sure, my focus is more on middle school and more high school, but every once in a while, I definitely do have to work with lower school students as well, and lower school families, and I do love it. I love the diversity of just ages and just backgrounds and all kinds of different students and families that I get to interact with. So it's always an exciting and interesting day. There's always something new.
that's
Um,
great.
so that's probably my favorite part of it.
So we're going to focus for the next just few minutes we have on the college guidance part of your job here. And so I'd like you really, and we'll go grade by grade, but tell us just briefly, what does your interaction with a freshman, with a ninth grader here at the school look like?
Sure. So beginning next year, every single student in high school will have a set time on their schedule for college guidance seminar that they'll meet with me. Ninth graders will have it once a month, and I will be meeting with them for about a 45-minute period as a group on most times, but for some occasions we can also meet individually as well. Typically doing college and career exploration, not just college, but career as well, using using a few websites, mainly naviance.com and collegeboard.org. Naviance is a really great tool where you can research colleges, you can research your interests, you can
Yep.
take assessments, career assessments, you can learn about your study habits, your goals, your learning styles, all that type of stuff. And the best part about it is you have your login and it saves it from ninth grade all the way to senior year. So when you're ready to actually apply to
Right.
college and have those schools ready to go, you kind of already done your work for all those years at a kind of slow and steady pace.
Well, I love that that you're able to introduce right from freshman year on to that experience. So now take us briefly into 10th grade. What does 10th grade add to that experience?
Mhm. So 10th grade year is very similar to ninth grade year as far as scheduling. They'll still get me once a month, and they'll still be using Naviance and College Board. They'll still be adding on to their research as far as what they're interested in possibly majoring or learning about in
Hmm.
but I would say another big part that I didn't yet mention for ninth grade is we would do a combined ninth and 10th grade college trip together, usually in the spring. to check out a college campus, just give them kind of a feel for what a college campus looks like and feels like.
And then in the 10th and the 11th grade, both, they have the opportunity in October to take the PSAT here on campus, don't
Mhm.
they?
Yep. We definitely do the PSATs here for 10th and 11th graders. So they get to see kind of where they're stacking up for the SAT. And
That's
our
great.
English and math teachers go in depth with those afterwards as well.
Fantastic. So grade 11, the junior year, the really important year. What goes on here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely true. It's definitely the most important year in the college process. Not just the spring, I believe in the fall as well. So
Mm,
we have a junior seminar class that would be once a week for the juniors. I'd have them for 45 minutes. We're doing all kinds of stuff to kind of really get them ready for senior year so that when they are ready to apply to colleges in the fall, most of the work has been done beforehand. So
right.
all they have to do is kind of do some final edits and some final touches. The goal for the end of junior year going into summer of senior year is to have at least a rough draft of your college essay, if not maybe second or almost finalized draft. Have a good college list of about 10 schools that you feel comfortable with in applying to or visiting or researching more going into your senior year. If we do have time to have a working resume of your activities, maybe if you have work experiences, sports, and that type of stuff. Um, and just throughout the year of junior year, just more in-depth college research and career research um, using Naviance and kind of pinning those things and getting them ready for senior year.
So let's wrap up those 4 years. What does that senior year um, look like? How are you helping them over the finish line?
Mhm. Yeah, so the goal is for all that pre-work to get them ready for applying, hopefully applying early if they're a good candidate for applying early um, in October, November, or December if their grades are good for that. If they've done the essay, if they've done the research of the colleges, they know where they want to be applying to. They've done the common application as well. I forgot to mention in starting that in junior
Yeah.
year. Um, so they're pretty much just putting the final touches on that, and they're able to not let their academics in their other senior year classes, like other AP classes and stuff like that. Those aren't really suffering because they've already done so much work beforehand in junior year. So the fall is really just I am meeting with them all once per week for 45 minutes. But since it's since we do have smaller class sizes here, I'm meeting with them all individually as well.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
so the fall is basically just getting the college applications out, and then the spring is financial aid and making decisions.
Well, I'll tell you, as we wrap up, and I'm going to have you tell us in just a minute, what you see at the end of this year. I know this is the end of your first year with us, but certainly you're an experienced college guidance professional coming to us already. One of the things that I've seen really is that early on experience that our students can have with you, and how that translates into great scholarships and great groups of schools that these students have to choose from at the end. But if you had to, in a nutshell, in just a few seconds, tell us, what do you think is the most distinctive part of the SSCA college guidance experience?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, if I'm having someone help me and support me in a decision that's going to be something that's going to be the next 4 years of my life, I definitely want trust and comfortability.
Yeah,
So I think having interactions with these students from years before and just kind of building a relationship and building trust. I think that's the most important thing. It's really funny that the senior class right now, I was a senior when they were in kindergarten here at SA.
wow.
I don't think they knew me personally back then, but I think I
No.
was volunteering for some lunch recesses in my year
Oh,
back then. So yeah, I'd say trust and relationship is huge. And we just this senior class was 19 students, so I was able to meet with them all individually a lot.
that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's the most beneficial thing.
Well, we certainly appreciate you joining us for these few minutes. And I would also encourage you, you found this virtual tour on our website, and Mr. Cambarides' email address is there. Please feel free to reach out to him with any questions or through me. And we look forward to seeing you in the building or online some more. Thank you.